Your seats. We will be getting ready to, while you're getting your seats, we're going to be doing some drawings. So go ahead and find your seat, and that way we'll get started with these. You want to just talk? I'm going to let you talk a little bit, and I'll just draw one. Okay? All right, everybody, we're going to be doing drawings. If you haven't been visiting the booths outside, make sure you go by. We will have different drawings. We'll have different things going on, but we're going to go ahead and get started with this. And why don't we do this? Everybody just catch your seat, get everything started. How many you got, Joe? All right. So I'm going to let you just kind of tell us a little bit about. Yeah.
Hi, everybody. My name is Julie. I am here visiting with you with my colleague Hunter. If you've heard the name Move Easy, Live Easy, or Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Forever Concierge, that is us. So our company, Live Easy, powers your BHHS branded Forever Concierge. So after that deal goes pending, then we get notified and we send you an email and your client an email to say, hey, let us help you with their moving services and with their utility connections, that kind of thing. So we're so excited to be here with you. This is an amazing conference. We've been gathering some business cards, and we'd like to do a little drawing, if you don't mind.
All right. And what are we drawing for now?
So we've got 7 gift cards. I'm going to give away 3 right now and 4 at the end of the day. This first one's for a $50 DoorDash gift card. All right. We've got Jen Clement.
Jen Clement. Yeah.
Way to go. Here we go. There's for Jen.
Okay.
All right. Let's mix them up a little bit.
We're going to set these back over here. If you can come over to the booth, you can grab these at the end.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Let's go one more.
Next up. Wait, somebody folded one. Let's see what
That was
Scott Norby.
He knew it. He said, I'm going to win, and this is how.
Scott's in the back also, so we'll get Scott his. Yes, I got you.
Oh, we're going to put you in. Right. And if you didn't get it in here, feel free. We've got 4 more at the end of the day. This one's going to be for a $100 Amazon gift card. Who have we got? Missy Neal. No, Missy New. Missy New.
Great.
Oh,
All right.
perfect.
All right. I got that.
All right.
I guess
Those are our
Scott's
3
going to grab
winners.
these.
I'll grab
You
Missy's too.
All right. And
Yeah. Thanks, Missy.
oh, no.
The other one we'll get.
There you go.
We're going to have that other one in the booth. I'm trying to remember who got.
Jen, right there.
These 3?
Yeah, Jen.
Oh, you're trying to take Jen's. Give that back to me. Oh, there you go. Right behind you. Congratulations. And I'll give that back to you.
So I'm going to teach you all my trick to winning every single time. You ready? This works every time. I win every time. Well, where's the card?
Here it is.
Don't tell me you bet.
Not when everybody calls.
He's a bender. He's a bender, cheater, and I fell for it. I know. All right, everybody, we're going to get started now. Hey, have you got any ideas so far? Everybody, we're going to go through and we're going to continue to this speed of ideas, okay? We've got an amazing panel of top producers now. We're going to go through and we're going to talk a little bit about just no fluff. We're going to talk exactly about what's working right now. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. We're going to get started with this, and we're going to just start right here on the end. Tiffany, we'll go ahead and start with you. If you don't mind, just tell everybody a little bit about your business, where you're from, and just kind of what your business looks like.
All right, I'm Tiffany Klusacek. I'm outside of the Nashville market at Fort Campbell, Clarksville, Tennessee area. I run a team of 11 agents, 15 with our staff and operations. Been in business for 20 years. Team has been in business for 10. We run about 150 transactions on track this year for about 180 to 190. And what else did you want to know?
Tell us a little bit about kind of just what does it look like, the operation of your business, or what do you focus in on? What's working right now?
Okay, what's working right now? Okay, so for us, it's getting our clients in front of us. So the more that we can be across the, across in a conversation in person, the more that we can move the needle. So we're really big on events just in general, but what's working right now is those events, and that can look like so many different things. We do a lot of things with our community, connecting our clients with community, client events, community events, volunteering within our community, a lot of things with featuring local businesses. But the more that we can get clients in person with us, the more we can move the needle to meet the needs and then be able to figure out like SOI referrals, and really help the consumer make the decisions that they're not able to make on their own.
It's good. We'll come back and ask some questions. We may have a time for some Q&A at the end of this also, so if we can hold those questions. Drew, hey, y'all know what wisdom looks like? That's right. It's that EOD haircut every other day. We're shaving these things. Drew, I'm going to let you turn it over to you now.
Drew Halverson here in the Omaha office. I started with Vince 13 years ago, straight out of college, first career. I now have a team of 6 and rocking and rolling.
Tell us a little bit about kind of what is the main thing that drives your business. What do you focus in on mostly?
So I'm big on communication and center of influence. So I communicate with my center of influence and my super center of influence as much as I can throughout the year via pop buys, a lot of video, a lot of sending them stuff through the mail.
Perfect.
Trying to think what else. Yeah.
No, that's perfect. We're going to come back. I'm going to dive a little deeper on some of those in just a minute. But Karen, if you can, introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Karen Jennings, and I'm here in Omaha, Nebraska. I passed my test in 2001, and I came from the healthcare industry, so this is my second career. Last year, I did 121 transactions for $61 million. I have 3 people on my team. I'm in the small team category. My largest team was 8, and now I'm back down to 3. So, but yeah, as far as what I do,
Yes.
I'm very client-centric, and I work my passions. So I love sports, basketball, and tennis are kind of our passions, and we kind of work those activities as much as we can, and I focus a lot on just what all my clients and what they do.
Karen, we're going to dive a little deeper in on some of that stuff. But just so y'all know, also, this is a Hall of Famer right here. Team USA basketball, Nebraska Hall of Famer. And what I love about Karen is I've watched this. The discipline she learned at a young age, she continues in her business and in her life, and it's just really inspiring. So glad you're here. All right, so let's just keep going. And let's see. I'm going to come to you next, Rebecca. Yeah, instead of Sarah, we'll come to you.
So, whoops. Try it again. Okay. Not that I usually need a microphone. I'm Rebecca Murphy, and I am from Scottsdale. I have one partner. It's a partner team, so there's only 2 of us. We've been together for about 10 years. We focus on kind of active lifestyle, empty nester, snowbird, second home type of people. We're at 40.1 million and about 22 transactions. So we're very much in the luxury market. We have, really high contact with our clients and a really, really extreme level of customer service in the secondary home market.
Good stuff. Appreciate that, Sierra.
Hi, I'm Sierra Reed. I'm from St. Louis. I am on a team. I'm the team lead of 6 others. We do about 125 transactions a year. Our average sale price is not $1,700 a square foot. It is minus a 0. So we're a pretty rural community. I'm born and raised there, so what I'm doing to make my business work is I literally farm my community. I'm born and raised there, oldest of 4 kids. My parents are still out there, small business owners. We know everyone out there. I just try to stay in the community. A couple of things I do that I love that are free are I'm involved in the downtown district. We plan like 4 events a year on Main Street. It's a cute little small community. I'm on the Lincoln County Education Foundation committee, our board. I do that. I've been doing that since 2020. And then just recently I started a book club in our community. These are just ways to meet more people that I don't actually interact with all the time.
And we're just going to come right back down the line. Sierra, I'm going to come right back to you. One of the things I love that you focus in on is the client appreciation. Some of your events. Can you share kind of some of the experience, the smaller and then maybe a larger event, what those look like, if you don't mind?
So on our team, we do 3 team events, which are bigger events. They're a couple hundred people, a couple $1,000s. And then I also personally do smaller farming events. So some of the bigger events we do, one's called Bourbon Bingo. So you bring in a bottle of bourbon, we play bingo, the winners get a basket of the bourbon that brought in. So it's a relatively cheaper event for us, even though we rent the venue space and we provide food and drinks for them there. But we don't have to pay for the prizes. People bring them in as their entry or whatever. We give out swag for every event that we do, because I always say I don't like to spend money on people eating things. I don't give wine for gifts. I don't give pies or anything like that. I try to give branded swag. So for like that event, we'll do like plastic cups or wine corks or something like that. So the smaller events, I've done a couple drink trucks. I hire a drink truck and I call it Thirsty Thursday, and that's like for my subdivision area. Like Thirsty Thursday, 5 to 7, very quick, low key. The kids get a hot chocolate bar. The parents get Oktoberfest beer. We play bags, meet the neighbors. Very easy, couple $100. Give some swag out there.
Yeah, it's good. And just so they don't think all you do is alcohol things, can you talk about Smooch a Pooch? Talk about Smooch a Pooch, if you will.
We have to. Okay, one of my favorites is Smooch a Pooch. I do it around Valentine's Day. We rent out a little small venue, a couple $100 an hour. We do it for like 3 hours. My real estate photographer, I ask him to do it every year. We give him business. He comes and does it for free for us. We just do Valentine's Day theme background. I'm talking very cheap, Dollar General, Dollar Tree backdrop. Come, bring your pets, get a cute picture. We put it all over social media. They have to follow us to get their picture. And then I give away, like I said, a swag item. My favorite, and everyone has asked about it, is the poop bag for your dogs. I brand them, give those away when they come and do the pictures. And I got this idea from a pest control company because I got it from them, and every time I walk my dog, I think of them. So I was like, well, if I brand it, every time someone walks their dog, they're going to think of me.
Yeah, it's really good. And listen, you mind telling them, I mean, you do these events, they don't cost a lot. I mean, these are, and talk a little bit about the contact that you have with these folks, because it's not just them showing up, it's all of those touches that you get.
So you can have, and I'm going to have to do this off memory, but I think it's 7 touches per event if someone comes. So the first one, social media, you could text, phone call, email blast. I think there's another one. If they actually come, you'll see them in person and write them a thank you, or text them, a day or two later and thank them for coming. Also, to piggyback on the thank you, I have taken some of the pictures like the Smooch a Pooch, or just pictures from the Bourbon Bingo, and I'll put it in the Send Out Card app and mail them the postcard of them with their pets at Smooch a Pooch and thank them that way.
That's good. Really good, really good. Rebecca, let's talk a little bit. We heard Vince mention all the referrals you've gotten from Explosion. Hey, everybody's here, and they're wondering about this. Remind everybody how many you've gotten, and then let's talk about how you purposefully do those things.
Okay, so I just want to start out by saying right now, unapologetically, I do want to be your Arizona referral partner, and I want you to think of nobody but me when you're bringing them to Arizona. And I say that because you say what's working for you. So this isn't like a promotion of, oh, I'm doing this or this. I'm telling you, this is what's working for me. I'm demonstrating it. So I went to Arizona as a second home buyer in 2008, and it's a huge city. So you enter South Scottsdale, you drive to the top of North Scottsdale. It's really narrow. You're in the car for about an hour and a half. And you want to buy a house, and it's different in South, Central, North, wherever different Scottsdale. And when I tried to buy a home, all the realtors were, I'm a specialist in this area. I do this. And I wanted to understand what it was and figure out where I should live. And I couldn't find that. So then I turned around and I decided I would become a golf and lifestyle expert and just be able to do the whole thing. So I originally was from Kansas City. I'd been a high school administrator there before I retired. And all of a sudden I'm in a new city and I've never been a real estate agent before. And I'm like, how the hell am I going to do this? And my office manager said, you need to go back and you need to do your sphere of people in Kansas City. And I'm like, so that's going to work? But I'd been a high school administrator in the wealthiest area in Kansas City. So if anybody had a second home, I would have had them as students. And in my administrative job, I got them into high-level colleges. So I had very, very entrenched relationships with these families. So I got into tax records. And when I turned around and got into tax records, I was able to go to Scottsdale, the 3 zip codes that I lived closest to, and I was able to go to Kansas City, and I was able to pull up everybody who currently had a home in my home state and that I might know. Well, I can't door knock in Scottsdale. All of our communities are gated, guard gated. I can't do it. So I put together a package, and I flew to Kansas City, and I just started door knocking. So I'd knock on the door, I had a package, people would answer the door, and I'd go, hey, I want to introduce myself to you. I want to be your Arizona, Kansas City realtor. And they'd be like, and we'd have a good conversation. And I started out with like, hey, we know what we're used to like in the Midwest with, electricians, tilers, whatever, and it's the Wild West in Arizona. So, hey, take my number, don't get rid of it. If you ever need a carpenter, whatever you need, call me, I'll be able to share my resources. And if I have a Chiefs party and you want to come, give me your email, I'll invite you. So it started out, but I knew a lot of people that were kind of like that. So next year I thought, Omaha is only, like an hour and 20 minutes away in a drive. Maybe I'm going to come up here. So I went and I connected with, I looked up everybody who had houses here. And then I decided, hey, this is the motherland of Warren Buffett. This is my business. So I fly here several times a year. I come days before explosion. My clients now call me and what day are you going to have dinner with us? They take me to their country clubs. They show me their primary residences. This is huge. Omaha's natural for me. It's a nonstop flight to Arizona, but you can't go to Florida nonstop. So you learn, I know things here, whatever I share. So I just want to show you the possibilities, because I looked up a few of you guys that are, here, and so I've got Wichita, Kansas. Where are you? I got 49 people in Wichita that live in Scottsdale, Nebraska. I got 472, 188 people that are here in Omaha. I got 97 people in Georgia, 20 in Louisiana, 1,899 in Colorado. So if you Colorado people think we don't need to talk, and I can go on, 114 in Tennessee. So, so look at this. In Omaha, in the last 6 years, I've done $20 million worth of deals from explosion, okay? And Vince, I looked it up a while ago, 2 months ago, I guess. I sent your brokerage a $11,900 check on a referral. So, for a lot of you, and again, I'm sensitive. I lived in Kansas City. The price point isn't really high. I know that I ended up in a place where I do what everybody does, and a lot of people do it for a lower price point. But here's what I'm going to tell you. Your price point in your city could be $450, $350. But if you're buying a second home, you're not buying it for that there. So if you want some good referral money, we just have to make connections. So consider it, because it is now I do Omaha, Des Moines, Kansas City, St. Louis, and Oklahoma City. And I have probably 80% of my business is by being the Midwest Arizona specialist for golf and lifestyle communities.
Come on. Yeah. Let me ask you this from a standpoint, because look, we all go to events and we all get cards, or we have these people we meet. Do you follow up with people after the fact, or is it just systematic at all that you do, or is it just kind of you make that first powerful impression? How does it work for you on a lot of those?
Well, I'm a little bolder now than I usually am able to. Usually there's like 10 agents from my office here, so I'm a little more subtle, and there isn't this time. But I think it's become more and more a part of really dialed down who I am, so now I might as well say it, So I sit and say, if you're coming to the summit in my city, get my number. I've been here so long that they were able to resurrect my old picture I haven't used for about 4 years. I'm like, where'd that come from? But anyway, and I'm like, you want to see some communities? You want to know what's there? You want me to get, how you could share with clients if you have any? If you want a list of this is my city, I'll send you who has places there, and let's start a good dialogue.
It's great. We've got some people from here from Shreveport, don't we? I saw. Yeah. So look, the Shreveport crew. I got to tell y'all this story. So their average sales price is not as high as ours is on 30A, the area that I serve. And I had the guys actually. They sent us a referral. I got a call from their owner, said, "Hey, I've got this person sold a business here. Our average sales price is lower. They just sold this business. They want to buy a place on 30A. And do you have an agent that'd be good?" I got a little more information, got them connected. We ended up selling I think it was $7 million place to these folks. We sent the referral check back, and we heard that was the largest commission check that had come through the entire year for that office on the referral from that property in our place. So for those of you that are sitting here and you're like, wow, it'd be great if we had those higher price points. If you will refer to a luxury market, you will become a luxury agent almost immediately. So I just want to encourage you, be noticing those things as well. Karen, you've talked to me in the past about running the offense. That's how you run your business. Talk to us a little bit about what that looks like and kind of some of the things that you do on a consistent basis, if you don't mind.
Sure. Just because I have a basketball background, and I was going to share that. So I lost my dad last year, and my dad was, my dad, but he's also my coach. And he called me before every basketball game. He called me at 3:30 in the afternoon in my dormitory room at Nebraska, and he said the same thing every single time. He said, "Be quick, but don't hurry. Adjust to the officiating, and take command of the game." So I just kind of resonated with that, and I switched it a little bit around. Now I say, "Be quick, but don't hurry. Adjust to the market, and take command of your transactions and your clients." And that's kind of how I run my business, as simplistic as it is. But I just really believe that, when you do real estate, it doesn't have to be so difficult. You don't have to have a gazillion systems and everything in place, but you do have to be very clear and concise on what you say, and give them information, ask a lot of questions, but also just keep it, have brevity with it. Be transparent and honest. Always be honest with everything, and I think it goes a long way. Be client-centric, and then take action. When I leave my listing appointments, I give them 5 points because I believe in the power of 5. Just kind of like Adam said, he calls 5 people a day. I tend to keep my stuff in 5s, and I always give them 5 to-do things, not too much, but have 5 goals, 5 to-dos. Just keep it simple.
No, I love that 5. This is something that I've always taught. I've used it as far as that goes. Tiffany actually brought her team down. They came down to our area. I spent a day with them. You want to talk about how y'all have implemented some of the Power 5 also?
So I think as a whole, our team resonated the most with the takeaway with Jimmy. The day with Jimmy was doing the same action over and over again, day after day, and eventually the tree will fall. And so I think like this could vary for every single person, but every single day doing 5 of the same item, 5 phone calls, 4 of the same item, 4 send out cards, 3 of the same item, 2 of the same item, 1 of the same item. So doing that day after day after day, and whatever goal you're driving those activities toward, eventually just by default, that goal is going to be eventually met. We furthered that. That's pretty much was our biggest takeaway from our time with you. But furthering that, we also have been really focused on closing out our day. So making sure that we wrap up our day at the end of the day. We're running, we're running with our heads cut off most of the time. And so wrapping up the day, giving yourself a time block to actually finish out what you've started for the day, whether it's through your CRM, whether it's through like an end-of-day report to your mentor, your leader, somebody receiving an end-of-day report. Really getting heavily accountable in the actions that you're taking every day, because we are working so hard. Like the stuff you were talking about, like flying all over the country, like stuff like that is what separates us in this room from everyone else in this industry, and certainly everyone else in our brand. You have to be doing more, but give yourself credit for that. Really take account for the things that you're doing, the time and the resources that you're taking to get the job done.
That's really good. Drew, what I want to do is, you mentioned just briefly about your super center of influence. You want to talk a little bit about what that is and let people kind of hear what that is, because I think it's something that they could absolutely apply.
Yeah, it actually starts with social media. So I gain a lot of how I approach them and how I treat them from things that I don't know about them or things that they post online. So a part of my day is social media oriented, and it's not only liking and commenting, but the biggest thing you can do with Meta's algorithm on social media or on Facebook is if you see something that you're going to comment on, great, comment and like, but then you need to also private message them, because if you've made 2 interactions with the same person on 2 different things, which is a public comment and then a private message, your stuff is going to show up in their feed for the next 10, 12 days repetitively. So with the Super Center of Influence thing, it starts with, hey, I see you guys just got a new dog. Congratulations on the dog. And then the private message is, hey, we have 2 dogs, and I don't know anything about training a dog, but our dog trainer is very, very good, and our dogs are very well trained, and they don't pee on our carpet, so that's cool. So you should use our dog trainer. Here's their contact information. And just the more, we're talking about referrals, the more referrals that I can give out to people is more value that I can create to people, and then they're more comfortable with me, and they'll come back to me when they need something from me, and they learn in that holy shit, Drew has something for everything. A dog trainer, an electrician, a house cleaner, like whatever it is. And I got this from a summit last year in Hawaii. Vince, what was that guy's name? Ryan Estes. Yeah. And the guy was buying like $8,000 suits, and they had a $500 bottle of wine cracked every time he came in to buy a suit, and liked that. And then he was in there buying an expensive suit one day, and he was talking about buying a new Range Rover, and the guy at the suit shop was like, oh, GM at the Range Rover shop is a good friend of mine from high school. Why don't you go talk to him? Gave him a good discount on a brand new Range Rover. He was set. So the more referrals that you can give out as well to people is how they will become more and more comfortable with you, and they will rely on you for things. And then that is just more and more engagement you can get. But the Super Center of Influence thing, hey, you got a new dog. My Super Center of Influence is about 50 people. And if I see any rhyme or reason to sending them flowers or edible arrangements, women like flowers, I like food. So edible arrangements or flowers, and any excuse I get to send them an edible arrangement or flowers, they expect it 2 to 3 times a year from me. I do that. And so I've just, created, those are the people that I can count on day in and day out that are going to push hard to push my name in the community. And I expect to receive 3 or 4 referrals a year from each one of them.
How many people do you think are in that super,
Mine's 50.
50. Do you keep it at 50 and rotate people in and out, or is it just kind of vary with
if they stop sending me referrals?
Yeah. Yes, right. Yeah.
There's probably 25 or 30 of them that have been there for years and years. But, one of those people refers me to somebody, and then that person has a really great experience, and they send my name to 2 more people. They're on their way to becoming in that pack. So it just kind of, it does kind of rotate. Everybody moves. So somebody leaves and they move out of state. They head to Arizona. Now they're in her Super Center of Influence.
That's right.
I just got screwed, but whatever.
So let me ask you this, Drew. You mentioned about being a little bit more purposeful on social media with your DMs. Do you have a set time? Is it just as it happens, or is this like a part of your schedule?
It's a part of my schedule. It's normally first thing in the morning. I get in between 7:30 and 8, and nobody else is on my team is in the office until about 9. So that's my time to hammer out email, set my assistant's day, figure out what I need to do with the team, and then also hit social media for a little while.
Yeah, and this is a good point. Hey, listen, if you're wondering, there is a priming to the algorithm also. So if you're getting on social media and you're being purposeful with it, post right after you've done those things, after you've commented, after you've sent those DMs, because those folks will then check out. There is some science to this as well, but I think that's where the conversations are happening now, are in the DMs.
And I also post about my pop buys and what I'm sending out, and I gain people that way. Like, both Husker people here. Obviously, we live here. It's the only thing we freaking have here. But I hit football and volleyball. She hits basketball and tennis. I think you hit volleyball a little bit too, don't you? Yeah. Coming after you. So I'll post my Husker schedule magnet on Facebook, Instagram, everywhere, and I end up gaining an additional 10 or 15 people every single year that want that magnet, and they have to give me their address, their phone number, and their email. And if I don't get all three, I'm sorry, you're not getting a magnet, because I need to email you and I need to call you 3 times a year. So that's just how it goes.
Yeah, this is really good. Yeah, and the purposeful part, I would think, listen, we're all scrolling. Just get purposeful with it. Right. Just get purposeful with what you're doing.
Just stop scrolling by and comment on that, and then follow it up with a message. And that message, if you're really ballsy and you like to put yourself behind the camera, a video is the best thing that you can private message them. Turn the camera on. Congrats on that new little puppy. That thing's cuter than my puppy. Can't wait to meet it someday. Hope everything's good. If you need a dog trainer, obviously let me know. That's going to be your absolute best thing you can do.
Yeah, that's a pro tip from Drew there, is making it as personalized as you can, and there's nothing more than video on doing that stuff, even in the DMs. I would highly suggest that. Tiffany, let's talk a little bit about some of the events. I mean, obviously client appreciation and kind of some of the things you're doing in the community, if you don't mind.
Okay, so for events, we do about 5 events every year. Most of those are going to be client specific. Some of those are open to the public. We do prospect into those events. We recently, I don't know where I heard, but I was like, why are we not inviting a +1 to our events, allowing our clients to bring friends? Like, hello, 10 years later, we just caught on to that idea. So different events that we've done, we have a ice skate rink that's in our town. We have done a private event like where we closed down the ice skate rink. We've also done that with the museum. There's a local museum. We've done that with the public pool. We have a really cool public pool that just happened 2 weeks ago. It was the biggest event that we have done at that pool. So it's kind of like a VIP type of experience where we're closing down or causing for like an exclusivity to invite and follow up. And just like you had mentioned, like the 7 touches, I'd say at minimum that 7 touches. Was in a breakout before lunch, and we were talking about getting agents to buy in on that. So if you're a team leader, come talk to me. We can kind of strategize on how we can get the buy-in with clients or with our agents to get their clients there. And Ashley, who's with me, one of my agents, said for the event that we just have, the proof or like the real true gift of these events is the reason to reach out, like having the reason to invite, having the reason to be contacting them, adding value to their connection with their community, and then really creating a community environment with your clients, with the people that you're doing business with, introducing them to other clients that you have that might have similar experiences. We're in a military and relocation area, so we have a lot of people that are turning over quite a bit, so kind of charging us with the responsibility of creating community with families that are coming to our area with no family, no friends, anything like that. So outside of the swim event, we've done a trunk or treat event. That's been a really successful one. Cookies and cocoa with Santa, Polar Express event, all kinds of different things. And if you follow Tennessee's Elite, you'll see same thing. We're constantly posting about what we're doing because we're wanting it to be kind of for our clients. Okay, I have to do business with Tennessee's Elite. I need to refer business so I can be part of the events and the things that they're doing around the community. Outside of that, we have recently our area was hit by a tornado, and so we have been doing some volunteer work. And rather than it being a reactive type of thing with volunteer work, it's more so where we're putting it out there that we're going to do stuff if anybody wants to join us in going to the volunteer things that we're doing. And then we also have done just a specific community event approach as well, where it's on our social media, our clients can go to it, but it's really geared towards just bringing positivity to our community. So we did like a girls paint event for Galentine's. We've done vision boards with girls. We do a lot of stuff with girls, actually. We've only done girl. Yeah, we were all girl team at that point. But we done vision board events. We've done different paint events and things like that. But that for the community, I think that was a huge bucket filler for us as a team. Yes, it's about sales. Yes, it's about hitting goals and all, and family and all of that. But really, for us, the community is at the center of everything that we're doing. So we try to bring all of that back around for full circle.
Sierra, you want to add to that?
Yes, I wanted to say when I at the beginning of the year when I plan my events, I try to touch 4 groups. I try to touch the Bourbon Bingo is like a couple group. I do a ladies group, like a ladies event. I do the Smooch and Pooch, which are mostly like single people that are obsessed with their dogs like me. And then I do a kid event. So I try to touch all of my clients by different events.
We're starting to do that too, and I think that is definitely, when you're looking at your calendar for the year, we were hitting really heavy on family only and missing the mark of like the first time home buyer that might just may not even be married. So I definitely think making sure that you're targeting a robust group of people to help build the sphere that you're working with.
Yeah, it's good. Drew, you're doing a lot of this by reaching out to people. You're using, I thought it was brilliant. The first time, I don't know, it was a couple years ago or maybe last year, when you started talking about using Amazon dropship for some small things. Talk a little bit about those touches, if you don't mind.
Okay. Jimmy and Vince are very upset that the purple wig did not make it today.
Let me say this. He did this on purpose. So he wants you to go follow him on social media because you can see him in a purple wig.
No.
You really can just see him with hair.
Yeah. Does anyone know what this is? This is an angry mama. And this is the right to passage in the kitchen. This is an angry mama. You put vinegar and water in it, you stick it in your microwave, and it cleans your microwave for you. It's easy as that. It's not cookies that go away. It's something that sticks around. People remember it from you by. And if you buy a wig for $4.99 on Amazon and you put it on your head and you make a video of yourself telling your clients what it is and you send it to them with a picture and a QR code that tells them how to do it and what it is, it becomes a pop buy. And you buy them all on Amazon Business and you drop ship those mothers all over the city. Takes like an hour. You buy them, you put the addresses in, you let Amazon do the rest, and you take a video of yourself and you send it and you post it. Super easy. You don't have to spend an hour and a half. My pop buys, what did I tell you before? My pop buys took me 11 hours before to drive around and drop them all off. Or you got to pay somebody $3.50 to $4 per door to deliver them for you. And now they'll just drop ship them for you. So
all in.
No, not with the card. The card was separate. This was a separate one that we did, but. You can customize each one.
All in, what does that run you? I mean, per one.
Under $8.
Under $8 a person, and it's great exposure. It's great things. Hey, you talked a little bit about social media and kind of those things.
Yeah.
Want to talk a little bit more.
And
about
more people want them. So then you can drop ship individually ones, or the ones with the cards were ones after that we added on. We added on 30 or 40, and we just delivered those ourselves. But we did refrigerator cleaner, deodorizers as well, and I went into showings for like 6 months before this and took a bunch of dirty fridge pictures that I actually took and made this video of these are the dirtiest fridges I've seen in the last 6 months. And then we sent deodorizers out. Not to those houses. That would have been savage. So I looked at your fridge 6 months ago, and that's why your house didn't sell. So if you want to hire a better realtor that will sell your house and your fridge doesn't smell, I'm doing that from now on.
That's a great one. Hey, Karen, some of the stuff, obviously, you're just really involved with your client base, whether it be sponsoring events, whether it be showing up. Talk a little bit about how you view that, and I think it goes back to your branding. You brand everything, and then talk about how you get engaged with some of your clients and everything.
That's such good questions. Well, my brand is Standing Tall for You because I'm 6'2", so I've always stuck with that. And I used to have all of my branding was me standing, but I don't always do that now. But I've just stayed with it, and it's gone pretty well. And now some of the agents will say, "Hey, Standing Tall for You," and they'll wave at me. They don't remember my name, but they'll remember my slogan. So I've stayed with that, and all of my cards. I do write a lot of personal cards. I've got like 2,000 of them at home, and I try to write out. My sphere is much smaller than some of the other people's spheres. I have about 600 people that I really focus on, but I get my daughter to do kind of cool boxes that I drop off as pop buys. My mother makes my pumpkin bread every October. I do the schedules. I do football, volleyball, and basketball schedules that come out, which is just another touch. Not everyone likes them, but now I just sponsored so my husband and I started a tennis team at Platteview a few years ago, and my husband's the tennis coach. So I'm just sponsored the screens for the brand new tennis courts, and I figured, Yeah, they're expensive up front, but I mean, they're going to be there for 30 years. I mean, it's free marketing when you think of it that way. So I've enjoyed that. I do basketballs. When I sponsor basketball games, they all get cute little basketballs that say Berkshire Hathaway, Karen Jennings on them. We just do, I just kind of do a lot of little things like that. It seems to, a little here and there, but one of my favorite things to do is I reach out to my clients and find out when their kids' games are, because I love going to watch little kids, play their soccer games or their volleyball games or whatever. I enjoy, supporting their family. And so it's just kind of fun. And then that really means a lot to the parents when you come and you cheer on their kids. It always meant a lot to mine when my daughter played, when someone would come and actually watch her play tennis or something. So I just focus do a lot of those things. I mean, honestly, what does most of our clients really want after we've closed our transaction? What do they want us to do? They want us to come look at their house, right? How many times have they said, oh, you got to stop by and see our house, everything that we've done and all the updates we've done. So a lot of times the pumpkin breads allow me to, it takes a long time. It's not going to be as efficient as his are, but it does go a long way. And why I'm there, I say, hey, if you have anyone that that's looking to buy or selling, or you have any of your family, please reach out. Let me know. And usually when I leave, I get 3 or 4 names. Honestly, I said I would love any contacts that I could call and reach out to. So, those are just the same as you taking them out for coffee or you taking them out for lunch, but you actually see their house, which they really have wanted you to see their house for a longer time. And it does take time, but it's an investment in your business. And the most important commodity that we have in our whole life is time.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, please, Drew.
Birthday cards. She was talking about sending personal notes. Birthday cards. I send probably 10 birthday cards a week, handwritten birthday cards with a $2 scratch off card with it. And if you're too scared to ask your past client for their birthday, just ask the lender, because they had to have their birthday to give them a loan. So you can get all of your past clients' birthdays from the lender through the transaction, and then just send them a birthday card every year. Like, just the more you can keep in touch with these people. And I get pictures weekly of scratch off tickets of, you better send me a winner next year, whatever. So.
Hey, listen, I think you're going to see there's one common thread here. Everybody's doing extra special things for their database. They're really focusing in on the people that are there. I've always said this, and I want to mention what Karen said. I've always said, if you do something for me, I'm going to appreciate it. You do something for my kids, I'm never going to forget it. And so what Karen's doing by taking that extra time is she is literally building clients for life. These are people that are going to never forget who she is. And again, that's the reason why her business just continues to grow and grow. So as we're going through some more, Rebecca, obviously you're getting all these referrals. Sphere of influence for you. What does that look like for you as far as follow-up on that stuff?
I do a lot of the same stuff they do, so I'm going to share some nuggets, because my business grows every time I come to something like this, and it's always the little things that you need to be reminded of or whatever. So I'm going to get into that, but I think one of the stories that was the most important to me when I first got into real estate, I went to my first one of these. I'd been in real estate for 2 months, and there was a guy there, and anyways, we were talking the same conversation we're having now, and he had golfed with somebody for 25 years. And he said, and one day we got ready to golf, and I realized this guy had listed his $5 million house. And he didn't call me. And I go like, hey, like, what the hell? Like, we've golfed for 25 years every week, and you listed your house and you didn't call me. And the guy looked at him and he said, you know what? You're exactly right. We have golfed for 25 years. You never told me you wanted to be my realtor. And so that really resonated with me. I think the importance of you've got to ask for business. You can't be afraid to ask for business. And I think as much as we do all the things that we're doing, the fact that we're in front of them and do it. And then, I really tapped into the forever agent thing when that became, a launch 3 or 4 years ago, because I make sure every single solitary person who I've never done a deal with or I have done a deal with knows I want to be it. I always want to be it. And I want to be it forever. And I think you cannot stress that. That's kind of a cornerstone. And when I'm out in public and I'm looking for like lead generation, my goal when I meet anybody is to organically throw into the conversation in the first 5 sentences what I do for a living. I don't ask for it. I don't do whatever. My husband and I, we go out to eat. We only go to the bar because it's different than sitting at a table. It causes a conversation. You know, I can't tell you how many times I've sat down there, I work into the conversation, and then you know, I'll talk about my Midwest connection or my snowbird connection, because again, a lot of people there don't have contacts for vendors or, you know, kind of different things like that. So that gives me the opportunity, or somebody's looking for something and we didn't have a good experience, give me your card. Yeah, I can do it in the grocery store line. And, you know, if I'm shopping in the grocery store line and there's 2 master plan communities that are close, I always know the highest sale that's just happened, any new listings. I've always got something that, oh, where do you know, we talk about really, where do you live? I live in Gray. Hey, did you see the, you know, house over on Frenze that just sold? Like, you can just make yourself an expert with very, very little, you know, information. And I mean, just you keep track of the basic facts. But we also spend a lot of time with, we do not do the Amazon drop. We really believe, because the one-on-one, the being on the doorstep. So we actually take See's Candy to all of our clients in December as a Warren Buffett pairing kind of thing. And it's 5 days is what it takes to do it. But the value of me standing on the door of the house that I sold them, that they feel good about, and to Karen's point, if they remodeled a bathroom, they want me in there looking at that bathroom, and, you know, I can reinforce their decisions, et cetera, et cetera. But that works.
Especially with the Ring doorbell these days.
Yeah.
They can see who's delivering.
Right. Yeah.
They can. Instead of sending your assistant to do it, like, personal is definitely better.
Right. But anyway, so we do that. And then we do events. And we usually will do a St. Patrick's Day party, because my last name is Murphy. And so we're lucky to have you as clients, kinds of thing. And then whenever I could, you know, I find if I do a catered event at my house, the first time I did it, I was like really curious. I think I spent like $2,800 in catering, and I got $90,000 in commission off of things that I did. So really quick, it made me realize, you know, spend a little money and, you know, I'm going to get it back. I live on the golf course that is the affiliate course of the Four Seasons in Scottsdale. We're having a mid-am the first week of September, so I'm having a big client event. I'm just going to put out a buffet. I'm going to invite people to come for, you know, an entire day. They like to come to your house, you know, quite frankly, if you're able to do it. And so always looking for things like that.
So good. So good. Sierra, you've really leaned in on social media a little bit. We haven't talked a lot about that. Talk a little bit about the social media challenge and kind of some of the things you're seeing from that as a result.
One of the challenges I put to my team was to have a circle or a story every day. And in order to do that, you have to post twice a day, or you have to be very spot on and do it every day at the same time. But so we rolled out this contest where whoever has the longest story, we started it a couple months ago. If they do it every day to the December 31st, we will give them $1 a day. Damn. And then we got halfway through the challenge and upped it to $2 a day. But I'm very competitive, so I am still doing the challenge as well. I told my team I will be there on December 31st, and hopefully you guys will too. But I try to post anything and everything, and does not real estate. I don't like to be very salesy. I post a lot of my family, friends. I do post real estate. We're building a compound. My family is. We're posting that a lot. A lot of people are swiping up and asking about the compound. A lot of people are sending me TikToks about different compounds. It just creates a lot of like very down-to-earth conversation, and that's more my style than more asking for business.
Yeah. Posting that you got engaged just this last week or so.
That was insane, honestly. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, listen, we're going to wrap up. Rapid fire, just come down the line. I want y'all to think about this. If you were starting over in your business, or you could only do one thing in your business, what's the one strategy that you would do? Tiffany, I'll start with you. Drew will come right down the line.
Okay, so starting out, I would have been tracking earlier on in my business. It was about 10 years in before I started to really keep up with my database. Tracking ROI, I think I would have done it literally day one. That's what I train all of our agents to do, is that you have to start, even if it's with 5 people, eventually that'll turn into 5,000, but to track and really get serious and honest with yourself about ROI and what you're putting in and what is actually pouring back into your business. And that, to me, I in some of the things I wasn't giving myself enough credit, and other things I was lying to myself with the ad spend or things that were happening that was never returning anything to my business. So both ways.
Yeah. The old, what we inspect, we can expect to get better. So, Drew, one thing.
For the first 3 years of my business, I worked cold leads, averaged 120 calls a day, and I did not work my center of influence at all. And I was born and raised here in Omaha, and it was my first job out of college, and I didn't touch my center of influence for 3 years. That was the dumbest thing I could have done. And then after that 3-year mark, I switched to only center of influence, and my business went to the moon, and has not looked back. And my averages have been straight even keel. And so if you're not leveraging the people you know and being social and meeting new people and growing a center of influence, and you're only working leads, you're gonna just continue to not grow. So yeah,
really
switching from cold leads to center of influence was my one thing.
It's great. Karen?
I would have done a better job on my CRM, because my first 10 years I just had their addresses and their names, but I didn't log all of their emails. And I think that was so yeah, birthdays and emails, I did not have any of that. So that was what I would have done differently.
Awesome. Rebecca?
I think I wouldn't have waited so long to try to enter the luxury market in the city that I'm in. I felt like I had to be, an agent for a long time, and I think I felt like I had to earn the right to step into that part of our market. And once I got into that market and I looked at the quality of the agents, there were people that were just getting the business because they'd had that business forever. And I was like, they're not any better agent. In fact, they might even be worse problem solvers than I have. So I think if I could talk to myself again, I would have more aggressively gone after a higher level business and had the confidence that I belonged in that space.
So good. Sierra?
I would say figure out what your strength is and do that. Don't chase the shiny objects. I absolutely love planning things, which I'm sure you guys have gathered. I got involved, I said earlier, on the downtown history district. Can't remember what it's called right now. And then the Lincoln County Education Foundation. I plan events with them. They pay for it. I mean, I don't have my logo on it, obviously, but I want to be face-to-face. I don't care if my logo is on the event page. I'm there talking to people. I'm the one that's, doing the hall. I'm the one that's getting the DJ, all that stuff. So they're talking to me. They already know I'm a real estate agent. I just need to be top of mind at all times. So I capitalized in the last 5 years on my strength of planning things within the community that I love. And it's free. All these newer agents that are on your team, encourage them to get involved in their community. It's free. They're not paying for the event. They're just organizing it and doing the event.
It's great. Let's give this whole group a round of applause.